Hello guys, Toon here, back again. Well, it's the 5th anniversary of the NeoGeo thread over at the Atari forums, and I thought, well, it's a good time to finish off my ADK overview on the NeoGeo and do a part 2. I did part 1 last year, so it seems only fitting to finish off and do part 2. I say this is the ADK's games in the later half of the NeoGeo's life. I say later half, but from about 1994 upwards. And ADK made some really cool games on the Neo Geo. They made a few I'm not overly fussed on, but they made a lot of cool stuff as well. So we're going to cover as much as we're going to cover basically all the rest of the games they did on the Neo Geo. So this is Gangan, or Aggressors of Dark Combat, as known in the West. This is a one-on-one beat 'em up, but in the style of like Street Smart. I don't know if you've ever played that SNK game. It's basically you can walk up and down the screen. You can walk around like a normal standard belt scrolling beat 'em up, but it is a one-on-one game. So I'm playing this on my NeoGeo CDZ. I say this is made by ADK, like you should know, I suppose. But it's got one of the characters from the World Heroes games. Graphics are very similar to World Heroes, but it's got some very big sprites on this game. So basically you can punch, you can kick, you can jump, and I think that's pretty much about it. I don't know whether you can grab. You probably can, but I haven't quite worked it out. Each character's got a little target combo. You can hold down when you press if you lightly tap the button, they do a weak, and if you hold it down, they do a hard, just like World Heroes. This game does have special moves, and it has supers and stuff as well. One thing I will say about this game, though, it's difficult. I'm not very good at it. You got run moves as well, as you've seen then. You can jump, but like I said, there is it's a button to jump on this one. I suppose they had to do that really because you couldn't really walk up the screen without actually accidentally jumping. Boomer's not a bad character, he's pretty good. This game does have a surprising amount of moves to it. I don't know a lot of them because I'm not overly fussed on this game. It's okay, like I do like the way it looks. It does have some nice big chunky graphics, and it does have some nice music and some nice detail and stuff, but I'm not overly fussed on the game. Personally, myself anyway. I normally get to the second character, then basically get my ass kicked, which is probably going to happen now. Oh, same than usual. I haven't really found the trick to sort of beating this game yet. Get my ass kicked. Don't find the weapons all that helpful. Here we go. Oh, damn it. Oh. I don't know quite how to get out of them. Should block that. There's some interesting characters on here. There's like a schoolboy bully, and there's a little kid with a basketball, and there's a big, really big character that looks a bit like Dolph Lundgren. I like the traditional Japanese music, and it reminds me of samurai. Oh, that's it. I think I am out here. Come on. Oh, I snapped my neck. Dead. Yep, that's what usually happens to me when playing this game. Right, so I won't bother continuing, I'll change character. Thanks for playing. I do like how the NeoGeo CD does different little characters and stuff when the loading screens. Say this is dual speed CD-ROM drive, so it loads pretty much twice as fast. Right, so let's have a pick of characters. There's the Dolph Lundgren type guy. So, and there's the other big guy. It's not that big guy. Here we go. The loads are not too bad. Cool. In that wrestling arena or boxing arena. Right, I'm not sure this guy's moves. Like I say, the graphics are nice in this game. That's quite cool. He's the wrestler guy. Quite a good move. You can also hit the characters when they're down on the floor. Yeah, stamp on him. See, I'm not overly fussed in it, but it does look good. And it's like quite unusual for the NeoGeo as well, because you only ever get a game I can think that SNK did like this was Street Smart. Which, if you watched my SNK collection review last week, I showed Street Smart on there. Well, that's the first guy over with. Looking particularly smug. Street level now. What have we got? Right, a little girl ends it. We're probably going to kick my ass. Started. This is supposed to be London with the red buses. He's absolutely ruining me. Come on, get up. Oh, right, the balls. It's underhanded, that was. Oh, nice quarter with that. You can air grab. Damn. Oh, she kicked my ass. Oh, special move. Oh, why? What's going on there? Oh, I kicked my ass with a hard move. Very strange. So, should we show you one more character? Why not? Quick show one other character. Wait for it to load in. Once I've done this, we'll move on to World Heroes 2 Jet. Right then, so one more character. Put on easy. That's the girl. I'll go with him. He almost looks a little bit like in that picture, like Ryu. Not Ryu, Robert from Art of Fighting. I say that's the other thing. This game has got such big character sprites on this. The only other game I can think got character sprites so big is probably Art of Fighting when it zooms in. Does look a lot like Ryu. Nice grab. The graphics are very nice. That waterfall looks really cool. He's quite good, this character. He's quite fast. Come on. Never win those throws. Come on. Oh, nice. You win. Not gonna win the next one. Yeah, the waterfall's quite cool. Ah ha ha, I kicked your ass. Oh, is this Fumra? Yeah. Fumra's quite good. Sword never does me any good. Let's go. But I want to kick his ass. That's nice. I don't want to say I'm doing good, Joe, but I'm doing quite good. Am I actually going to beat the second character? We'll see. Japanese style music school. Damn my shit. Oh, I actually beat the second character. The hell. Guy's a keeper. PB in by you guys. Personal best. PB in. Not much of an achievement though. Guy's probably gonna kick now. timing is impeccable. Jeez. I am literally getting my ass whooped there. Oh, leave it alone. Don't think this is going to be a fourth character. A baseball bat with spikes on it, or a bog brush, I'm not quite sure which one. Both from behind. There you go. Personal best, guys. Third character. Anyway, so that was Aggressors of Dark Combat, or Gang Gang. Like I said, I'm not particularly overly fussed on this game, to be honest. It does look nice. It does have nice music. I just don't like the way it plays anything. I don't like the idea of walking around. But yeah, you know, if you like this sort of game, check it out. You might like it. You never know. It does have a lot in the way of characters and moves and stuff to learn, so which is pretty cool. But anyway, guys, let's move on to World Heroes Jet. Right, guys, we're back with World Heroes 2 Jet. So this is the sequel to World Heroes 2. This is more like as Street Fighter would be, like Street Fighter Championship Edition. It's a bit more like that. It's a bit more of an incremental upgrade other than an actual new game. It does have some new mechanics. It does have 2 new characters. Some of the moves have been revised. There's probably a few extra moves in here, I'm not sure. But I never really got in with this game. I never really understood how it works. But basically what you have to do is you pick a character, which I'll do now. And I'll pick Fumara. You pick a character, and then you've got deathmatch or you've got a normal game. In the normal game then, you have to fight 3 characters, and you have to win 2 of them to move to the next round. Which you fight 3 characters, have to win 2 of them. And then I think you've got to fight a specific character, maybe another one, then another match. I'm not sure exactly how it works. It's a bit odd. It does have a few upgrades to the playing mechanics in this. You can actually backdash and forward dash in here now as well, which you couldn't do in the original World Heroes 2. Graphics are very similar to World Heroes 2. It does have these nice little sort of intro things. But all in all, I still prefer World Heroes 2. It's weird you fight 3 characters. It's a bit odd. And it's not like you got tag teamed. It's they're tag teamed. She's as tricky as she always is. You can grab on you, but I'm not quite sure how. I see that was a bad move, letting her live. To be honest. What that move you just seen then is walked the wrong way. Is another new feature of this. If you hit the move at exactly the same time, you get that sort of double. You get like a break thing you got going. Right. I've got to win the next 2 matches though. Say the 2 characters in this game, they're not that great, to be honest. One's got a like a pole he fights with, and the other one is like a British guy with claws. Dead. I never really put any time into this one. I'm going to continue. It's quicker. I'm going to pick one of the new characters. Pick Jack. Like I said, I never really got on with this in the arcades. I don't know. I love World Heroes 2, but they did do a proper sequel to World Heroes 2 called World Heroes Perfect, which will be coming up as well. That's very nice. I say ADK, they made some pretty decent beat 'em ups. They made a few I'm not overly fussed on, but they made some good stuff. Nice grab. She's a nightmare for air grabbing, she is. It was lucky she didn't do anything. Like it's got the sort of World Heroes humour. He's quite an odd character. Nice. See, some of the moves are the animations been updated a little bit and they look a little bit nicer. Same deal with this as well, the longer you hold down the button you do hards, and the shorter you press you do the weaks. I'm gonna get my ass kicked again. Look at it. Yep, got my ass kicked again. These gaming skills are legendary, as you can see. So let's quit that one. Yeah, the rank is odd as well, which is weird. What's going on here? Right, so we'll go deaf. We'll do the deaf mode this time. Let's do. Right, I'm just gonna push you on out here and take the easy route. Who shall I have? Oh, let's go for the old favourite, Rasputin. Let's do the deaf mode. Let's fight him. He can be a bit tricky. I am a fan of the World Heroes games, mine just not quite so much this one. I actually picked up the original of this from Osaka, where I picked up my NeoGeo CD from a shop called A2, which was pretty cool. Had loads of really good gaming stuff in CDs and stuff. But yeah, that's where I got my NeoGeo CD from. I don't know what the deathmatch mode is about that then. Maybe it's not deathmatch mode. Maybe it's just normal fighting without the actual... That would be quite cool, I think I'd probably prefer that, to be honest. Nice.
Wow, you win.
I always thought this mode was a deathmatch mode. That's how much I know. Ah, so it is just pick your character and fight them. Okay, let's have Muscle Bomber. Is he on the same stage as he is in World Heroes 2? This is not a standard beat-em-up mode then. Let's have a look if we get anything in the background which you can knock things into. It's not a deathmatch mode here, so it is like a practice mode, sort of. So, oh damn. That's his level out of World Heroes 2, that is, so... Oh. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Dead. You lose. Yeah, so I thought that was a deathmatch mode. Obviously not. It's literally almost like a practice mode. You can just pick a character, anyone you want, and fight them. Quite good to do that in mid-air. He's really good, Rasputin. He looks a bit crap. He wears a dress. And he's got some really good moves. He is slow, but he is a really cool character.
Round 3, fight!
He's got some very odd moves. Oh, bad move. Come on. Did I win? Win one? Yeah, win two. Right then, so we'll leave that one there, I think. So it's not a deathmatch mode, it is literally an enemy select mode, so you just pick a character and then fight that character. If I pick Fumra, I should just be in a standard arena. Yeah, so we'll do is 2 Jet. It's not a bad game, it is a pretty decent beat 'em up, and it is a little bit of an upgrade from the original World Evils 2, but I prefer World Evils 2, to be honest. I think that's better. I don't know, I just don't like that sort of fighting 3 characters in an arena thing, but you only got 1 character. It seems a bit odd. And these literally are all their levels from World Evils 2. So, we'll leave that one there, guys. And the next game, let's consult my list a second, guys, and have a look what we're going to go to next. Let's go to Crossroads 2 next. Let's have a go with that. That's an interesting one. So, see you in a minute, guys. Ta-da! Right, guys, we're back. This is Crossroads 2. This is a CD-only release. It did get converted to a cartridge eventually. I think some hackers or some group eventually converted it to cartridge, but it is CD only. So let's have a look at this one. Crossroads is quite a cool Dynamite Duke type game where you see for your character in sort of like I don't know. It's like it's 3D. It's 3D sort of first. It's like third person perspective sort of look. So you've got a choice of 3 characters. I might try the warrior because he's pretty hard. Oh, it did flick up then, but there is 2 modes to pick in this game. There is a story mode and like a survival mode. So we picked the story mode. Here we go. So this is a hack and slash. You can in this one you've got a right swipe. Dodge attack, which you can attack after as well. Like that. You can push up to attack up, which also allows you to block up as well. So you do have to block their attacks. Like that. You can push forward as well, does the up attack. You pull down, does like a quick stab. Like that. On this one as well, the dodge button also works as a jump, so you can do like a jump attack, which is quite cool. You can do that. And also with that, if you're in the middle of a combo, you can push up and press that slash button, which will do like an up slash. I do have magic on this game as well. And you can push to the side as well and do like a side swipe. Get the energy. You do have magic in this game as well. So the 3 characters, the guy I've got now is pretty much the hardest character. Then you got the ninja, who's a nice balanced character. And then you've got the woman who's fast, but she basically can't take much much hitting, so we cover some magic. You do get XP and stuff in this game to level up as well. And you've got to collect money as well to obviously see it to buy stuff in the shop. Here we go. Okay, this is the magic as I'll use it now. Magic is very useful. Use that up attack. So you can save this game as well, so you can save your progress on it. It's quite an interesting game because it's literally just these two games are like this on the NeoGeo. Here we go, boss time. Never actually finished this version. I finished the original one. I used to have it on AES years ago. Gotta block that. Right, okay, you can't block that attack then. You have to dodge out the way of it. Let's try the woman out. Try a magic. Oh, I just get punched in the face instead. I'm trying to do a magic. Oh, we got him. It's quite an interesting fantasy game, this. So there are a few other games like it. You know, you got Dynamite Duke is one of them. I can't think of many others that do it. Didn't Sega do an arcade one called what was it called? City Connection, maybe something like that. Got a gangs. You had sort of like a copper and gangsters. These type of games are few and far between. Another thing the NeoGeo was good at was big sprites. Oh, but he was knackered then. I missed that. Just fall for that head jump quite often. So this has got a lot more moves than that compared to the first game. There's the gold. Even though it's silver. Double hit that. They're like the frog guys, aren't they, out of Magician Lord? They're frogs and then turn into frog warriors. He's dead. Oh, she's dead. Let's have a look at the ninja then as well, may as well, while we're at it. Oh, that's quite cool. Beating me, pukes out blood. It's got nice graphics, the characters look really cool. Proper fancy looking characters. Damn. Was lucky. Yeah, this game is pretty tough. It's going to take some practice to get good at it. Shop. Pretty fancy looking sword. Let's recover magic, I think. Another game a little bit like this on the NeoGeo, Super Sprite, I suppose. Same sort of style. You just see the two hands. Ninja's not bad, he's pretty good. Can we collect them? Oh, magic power. Come on, frogs. Now we got my ass kicked here. Come on. Gotta learn how to block as well. Recognise characters while they do when they attack. Try to push up M, but not fast enough. But anyway, guys, that's Crossroads 2. So that is like, it's like a bit of an adventure game, I suppose. Action adventure. It takes a long time to go through the game, and you've got the saves plus the survival mode. Worth checking out. I remember owning the original one, and then I didn't have it for too long. I got rid of it, but no, it's a pretty decent game nevertheless. Plus this one's a CD exclusive, so it's worth checking out just for that. Right then, what should we go to next? Let's try... World Heroes Perfect. It was also 1995, so let's go for World Heroes Perfect. Right guys, World Heroes Perfect, the proper sequel to World Heroes, even though it doesn't have any extra characters, which is a little bit of a shame. But this game has had a pretty big overhaul. Nevertheless, basically you've got all the same characters with the extra two from Jet, but you've got, instead of having the, tap the button for weak and hold it down for hard, now you've got a dedicated weak button, a dedicated medium button, and you press the 2 for hard. This game has got the dashes, it's got air blocks, it's got jumping off walls. All in all, it's a faster game. It is a proper sequel, basically. Right, who should we have? Let's try Jane out. So they obviously ADK made a big overhaul of this game. There is talk that they might possibly SNK, because ADK are part of SNK now, but they may do a new World Heroes game. There was talk about it. They did ask everyone, did they want a new World Heroes game? You can see this game's a lot faster. Good move, that is. It's the Tokyo level. This is supposed to be the Shibuya crossing in Tokyo, which is supposedly the biggest crossing in the world. It is pretty big. There's 3 of them basically in one place. I went across it. He's in middle, then you got the middle attack, which is that one, and then you got a hard attack. Oh, I'm with the ice ball. This game has got some pretty crazy specials. I've forgotten what the specials are now. It does have more moves as well. But like I said, apart from the fact that it doesn't actually have any extra characters, it is pretty much a complete overhaul of the game. I would love them to do another World Heroes game because I do like these games. They are fun.
Round 1, fight!
That's the Jack character from Jet.
You win! Perfect! Round 2, fight!
The air jumping off the wall jumping is quite handy. Oh, you got me lovely in the corner over there. Ah, got me with the cross up. You hold down the button to make it faster. Ah, that was sneaky. Come on. Don't want to be trapped in the corner. Yeah, I got him. Yeah, the backgrounds are nice on this as well. Completely new backgrounds. There's some quite funky ones on here. I like these as well, the little sort of animated character screens at the end. And I like the dog.
Round 1, fight!
Oh. And get him moving middle instead of trying to go for a heart attack. Pretty, this got to be like, might not be Britain actually. Ooh, that was a big one. I'm getting with that super. Okay. Oof. he's nasty.
You lose. Round 3, fight!
Oh, I caught him with it up. Game of the week. Yeah, they got rid of the deathmatch mode on this. It's not too much of a problem really. Deathmatch mode is fun, but you ended up playing the normal fighting mode most of the time, to be honest. Captain Kidd.
Round 1, fight!
There's Fuji the place. And Fuji in the background. That was a good throw. He's hard. He's a good character, that Captain Kidd. He got loads of moves. Nice grab. Jagaba.
You lose. Round 2, fight!
Come on, concentrating for it. Nice. I can remember the proper special moves on it.
Round 3, fight!
Give me the balls to win. It's quite cool that Japanese background to go up there with Mount Fuji in the background. It's pretty nice. I think this game's a lot better than World Heroes Jet.
Round 1, fight!
Go on, tough. Tough character she is. Kick to the face to win. Got a funny feeling she's going to win. Yeah, see, the graphics are not massively different compared to the second one, but they look a little bit more refined. It's cool that they've kept the art style. I do like the art style in World Heroes. It's like quite comic. ADK style. Give me my ass kicked. ADK style, very bright, very comic-y, very colourful. Pretty much all their games, apart from Ninja Masters, which will be coming up eventually, look like that. But anyway, guys, that's World Heroes Perfect. It's probably the best World Heroes game. There's quite a lot to it with the new moves and the specials and the new gameplay nuances that it's got. It's a pretty nice sequel. It's just the only shame I would say they didn't add some extra characters. Which is a bit of a shame because it would have been nice maybe to have a couple of extra characters. But apart from that, it is actually a proper sequel to this game. So, well, guys, let's move on to the next game. Right, this is going to be a quick one. Masters of Shogi. I think that's how you pronounce it, Shogi. I have no idea how to play Shogi. It's basically Japanese chess. It's supposed to be very hard, but it's supposed to be good. But I have no idea how to play it. Quite like the little sort of animations. The guy in the end. So basically, I guess you're going to play Shogi and work your way through beating each character as you go along. Right. Like I said, I have no idea how to play this game. Why can't I do anything? Can this... Right, that one can't jump over anything then. No idea how this works. Thinking about it. It's quite interesting with the cool background and the full motion animation. So I'm assuming that one took my chess piece or shogi piece or whatever it is. Want to do that? Oh, what's that mean? That's game over by the look of it. No idea. Don't know how to play shogi. With the Japanese characters now, don't think I'm ever going to learn either. Oh, peaches or something with no one of them. So yeah, that's Master of Shogi. That's a very quick one, that is. So let's go to the next game. Right, guys, here we go. ADK World. It's not a game as such. This is more of a... It's not a demo disc either. It's more of a sort of like company advertising disc, I would say, more than anything else. Or a disc you can find out a bit about ADK and their games. So we'll start it up. Most of this in Japanese, so pretty much it's not really much good to us. But let's go through it what we've got. So if you go here, I have no idea what this one does. It gives you a little bit with the jungle guy, so the witch doctor guy from World Heroes. Spinning around nurse animations, quite cool. He taps his drums, he jumps. And that's literally about it. So I have no idea what that one's about. This one. This is another odd one. From what I get, it's talking about some of the games the two characters are. You get little animations, and sometimes you'll see something about their games. See something in sort of English. You can kind of like the World Heroes gets pointed up here in sometime. Gives you little sort of like crappy dawn sort of pieces of paper. I'll skip through this pretty quick. Don't know whether this was like from it looks cheap anyway, whatever it is. It does talk about World Heroes. Bit of an odd disc this is. I did see it in Japan when I was there. It was really cheap. It was literally like about $5, if that. I didn't bother picking it up because I knew it wasn't a proper game. The two little characters. And that's pretty much it with that. So I have no idea what that's about. The dome, which almost looks like there's a fighting game in there, so we'll click on the dome. This is actually it is a fighting game as such, but it's not a fighting game. it's almost like I know it's almost like sort of you've got to pick. You get 4 options. You pick one of the options, and the other card get 4 options, and then you pick which one and see which one wins out. Basically, I don't really understand it. It can be played in 2-player. Who knows? Got a cool little intro with cutesy characters, but we'll skip that. Let's have a look in the config and see if it is possible to chuck it on. No. So I'll go with that. Right, versus computer. You pick a character, which are quite cool little characters actually. I quite like them, they're quite funky. Let's have Rasputin. Basically, it flicks up these cards. You get 4 options, and you basically just press the corresponding button, which is the button that's down left and right on your pad. No idea what's going on. This looks like it's complete and utter guesswork. Quite funny little pictures, mind. Yep, I win. It's quite funny, you see his pants. Quite odd, I don't really understand how it's working. I suppose we'll have to read Japanese, perhaps that would help. But the animations are cool. Am I gonna win? Yep. Do. Oh. I think he spotted ants, which is quite funny. I'm just pressing random buttons basically. When the card pops up, I don't know which is best. I'm just kicking in random buttons. Oh, she's blocking. Doing well, considering I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I suppose this is an interesting disc. There is that. Not something I'd rush up and buy, mind. Don't think this came out on cartridge. I think it was just a home release. Now that really kicked her ass then. Doing surprisingly well. Oh, nice block. Double hit. Come on, am I going to win again? Oh, I don't need. No, that's it. Dead. So that's that, basically. What the hell? Don't know what's going on. So that's that. I'll leave the most interesting to last. Oh, we'll go to you. Oh, there is rules. Right, you got this top building by here, which basically it says brown, but what it does, it allows you to click on the characters. They got like sort of nice little cartoony looking characters from the World Heroes, and it gives you a little bio about them, I think, as you'll see in a minute. There's a guy who turns up in the yes, you can basically click for the characters. You click on them, and it gives you a picture of them. Press a button, it gives you like a, I'm assuming that's a little bio about them. And pretty much that's it. You get the idea of that. So nothing too interesting there. I'm just going to cancel out. So that's what that one does. We've got the quiz. This is basically like those quiz games that come out in the arcades, like the Capcom ones. It's alright, guys, coughing in. Yeah, so like the Capcom ones, you gotta press A, B, C, or D to answer the question. As it's in Japanese, I haven't got a clue what I'm answering. You got 5 lives. Doing well so far. You get the idea. If you could read it, could probably get the Google Translate out and try and read it. That would be quite interesting. To see if you could actually play through this and answer the questions. Well, that's basically it. Without knowing Japanese, you're not really going to be able to read that. We quit out of that. It's basically just a disc of sort of like little cartoon stuff, little talk about the characters, and a couple of little game demos. Coffee ADK. Or Cafe ADK. This is probably like the Maid Cafe version. Cafe ADK. Ooh. Let's like Magician Lord then. Let's see what happens here. A, B, or C. Cool. Maybe there is some demos on this disc. Ah, maybe not. They're just talking about the game and giving you the artwork. Cool game, right, guy? Or Blues Journey. I'm going to go back then. Yep, so that's literally just talking about games. Select that one then, see what that does. That's quite cool. Right, I'm going to cancel. So that basically just read the stuff. Like I say, being Japanese, we can't read it. So on to the most interesting thing on this disc, which I just found out is a shoot 'em up. How random is that? It's a shoot 'em up with Brocken from World Heroes, and there's more than one level as well, and there's bosses at the end of each level. It's quite cheap, but it's interesting. It is the most interesting thing on this disc. 19YY. So, you got a shmup. This is the second level. It must have continued from where I left off. You got a special attack. You've got missiles as well. Ooh, flying tanks. I haven't seen this level either. Ooh. It's a bit of a one of those things coming behind you all the time. But it blocks bullets as well, which is quite handy. Oh, that thing is taking a battery. So it's a pretty cheap but odd shoot up. It's quite funny. You can shoot the guys again that fly out of these ships. You can like bounce them across the levels if you shoot them enough. It's quite funny. Ah, mate, they're solid. Oh, dead. Can I start from level 1? I thought it was like a one level thing at first, but it isn't. It is a multi-level game. So I am going to have to see if I can play through that at some time, just for the hell of it. But yeah, so that's ADK World. It's pretty much probably not worth bothering with at all. It's if you can read Japanese, there's probably some fun and interesting facts in here to read. But if you can't read Japanese, it's pretty pointless. But it does have an interesting little crappy but interesting little shmup. So that's ADK World, guys. So let's go on to the next game. Right, here we go, guys. Ninja Masters, pretty excellent beat 'em up. Not many people talk about this game these days. I don't know why, but it's a pretty awesome game. It's quite interesting and it's quite different to what ADK normally did. So let's start this up. Let's play the arcade mode. This is weapon based, but you can put your weapons away and fight without them, which gives you faster attacks and stuff. So let's just go the first character. Used to play this game a lot back in the day. Me and my mate used to play this quite a bit. There's some really nice combos and stuff you can do in this game. It's just a really nice beat 'em up, and it's a little bit different. And like I said, not many people show it or talk about this game anymore, which I don't know why. These did come out in the arcades as well. It's not just a CD game. So basically, you can punch, kick, do your kicks, I guess. You got your attacks as well. You press 2 buttons together and you can get your weapons out. Go for the uppercut. This game plays very nice indeed. It's a little bit awkward on the pad to get the weapons out because you've got to press the C and the B button together. You could just press all three at the same time, I suppose. Obviously works a little bit better on a joystick. It's got some really interesting characters on here. They're all very different from each other. It's, like I say, it's a game that doesn't seem to get that much love these days. I don't know why. And I'm pretty sure it is available on the PS4 and the Xbox. On the sort of Hamster converted it. I'm sure they did. There's some pretty cool backgrounds as well. Oh, nice. Like I said, I've forgotten how to do a lot of the combos and stuff, but yeah, you can mix up the combos as well by putting your weapon away when you sort of get in there. Jump in there fast. I say this was obviously a game that came a little bit later in the NeoGeo CD, so This is when they started the load. There came a lot of loading, which at the time it was a cheap way of playing these games at the home. I say the CDZ really does make a difference with the loading, but what's funny is loading in fighting games these days. I don't think this game takes any longer to load than if you're trying to load Tekken or something. Oh. Oh. Dead. I don't know why they never actually made a sequel to this game either. It's such a cool game. They could have made a sequel to this. They probably could have done really well. The NeoGeo definitely had quite a few weapon-based fighters. And to be honest, they're all pretty good. Samurai Showdown being my favourite. Come on. Dead. We'll try a different character. We'll quit out this and die, and then we'll go back to the start and try a different character. Don't think I could handle an original NeoGeo CD these days with the loading taking twice as long. Yeah, the CDZ does quite well. The smaller machine as well. No, don't want to save data. Right then, let's try a different character. It's quite cool. They added perfect mode versus mode practicing and stuff. It's quite a decent home release. This is all those extra options. Let's have a look. Let's try the crappy looking old guy out. Okay, here we go. Fast attack's quite nice. Yep. Little combo then going. Quite cool characters, old guy is. Yep. That's it. It does play really nice, this game does. And it was significantly different looking and graphic style to what ADK normally do as well. Because they're normally really bright and colourful and quite like cartoony looking, a lot of their stuff. But this game's quite different. It's got quite a like a gritty look to it. Enjoy game NeoGeo CD.
第一戦開始。
Quite a nice attack. You do that with the weapon. Okay. Nice.
戦勝。第2戦開始。
Little combo. That's what I wanted to do. Nice little air throw. Go like that, nope. Nice.
完全勝利。
So very cool background, like gritty sort of more darker look to this game. Like I say, it's got some interesting characters. They're quite different from each other, the characters. I think this was pretty much the last beat 'em up they did on the NeoGeo as well. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure it is. I think it might be the last beat 'em up they ever did. I think not long after this they got amalgamated into S&K. She's quite a good character, she is. I like the girl. You could probably kick it past here. Yeah, I remember, oh, this is on the PS4 now, there's a collection called ADK Tamashi. Should be Damashi, I don't know why they call it Tamashi. ADK Damashi, and that's got about 4 or 5 ADK games on, and every now and then on the PlayStation Store, it's down for $3.99, and you get this on. This is on there. I think Ninja Masters is on there. Well, this is Ninja Masters. What's it? Ninja Commando. There's a few other games on there as well. Quite a nice collection actually, and in Japan it's really expensive on PS2. You're talking about 100. They usually about 100 to 120 quid for the disc of that. Maybe more now. That was last time, and that was in Tokyo itself. It was that price everywhere. I think on eBay it goes for even more, and that's it's probably because it's got this game on it. Oh, you got me. Nice. Yeah, it's a pretty nice collection. Like, I'd probably love to have that on the PS2, but I'm not paying like 120 quid. Even though compared to like the price of the NeoGeo itself, it's quite cheap. Oh, she kicked my ass. Oh, she recovered well at that. Uh-oh. I got it. Just about. Yeah, I can't think what's on there now. It's Ninja Commando, Ninja Combat, Ninja Masters, Aggressors are dark combat. And I'm not sure if Twinkle Star Sprites is on there. I can't remember. It might be. Or I might have that completely and utterly wrong. But it's a nice collection nevertheless, and especially if you get it in a sale for $3.99, it's a bargain. That's pretty much how I bought it. $3.99. Nice. Oh, we got rid of the super. Big supers. Concentrating now. Oh, he nearly got me. Tried to get in there fast with the move. Anyway, guys, that's Ninja Masters, which is a pretty excellent beat 'em up. Really cool, plays well, wicked characters. It's a very nice game indeed. Like I said, it is very expensive on CD, and it is really expensive on MBS and AES. But like I said, you get it on the PlayStation quite cheap. So anyway, that's Ninja Masters. Let's move on to the next one. Right guys, this is an ADK puzzle game called Zin Trick. This was a NeoGeo CD exclusive, but there was a hacked version that came on MVS, I believe, according to wiki. So I've never actually seen the hacked version. This is like a Puyo Puyo type puzzle game. It's quite fun actually, but it's instead of dropping stuff down from the top of the screen to the bottom, you drop it from left to right. So you pick a character. I have this strange looking creature over there. And you have to drop at least 3 of these coloured, they look like water drops, like cute little sort of water drops, together, and then they disappear. Pretty much like Puyo Puyo, you can set up chains and everything as well, so you have to basically go up and down, you click it and 2 of them drop. You can spin them around, drop them in different places. If you drop at least 3, they disappear, and the one drop, don't drop, it sort of turns to the side. The idea is obviously to get some chains and stuff, and when you play in the 2-player mode, then you put the droplets on the other side of the screen for the computer or the second player to try and get rid of. So you win matches by literally making them fail, as you do in most of these puzzle games. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. What can I set up here? I do that, and I do that. I wonder if I can set up chain. Yeah. Set up a little small chamber there, which should drop some drops on the other side of the screen. Let's have a look. I haven't really played this game much. I've only sort of just discovered it, to be honest. Like, let's have a look. I'll start thinking now about chains and how am I gonna make all this stuff sort of drop together. That should do a chain. Yeah. That should drop a load on the other side of the screen, I think. Oh, weird music. I didn't really know this game existed till a little while ago, to be honest. I've never actually seen it. I've never actually seen it to buy. Ooh, that's not good. How am I gonna do this? That's it. That's it. Get a little bit tricky, like, to get the chains going. It seems really weird doing it from left to right instead of dropping it down from the top of the screen. It seems a bit odd. That's a nice chain. Yeah, that pushed over the other side of the screen then. So the computer's got to deal with all those silver sort of water drops now. So look, that in there. Oh, I win. This game seems it's a puzzle game, I suppose. It seems a little bit bare bones. It hasn't got much of an intro. Just a bare bones next player to next player. I suppose you don't need much in a puzzle game. But yeah, I don't know, it came out in 1996, so it does seem a little bit bare bones, but it does seem quite fun. So look, that there. I always seem to want to like put them towards the middle of the screen. I don't know why. Okay, a nice little chain I had going in. Put that there. There. That should chain a little bit, hopefully. Yep. More obviously, the more chains you do, the more chance you got of knocking the other player out. That's cool. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna have to try and get rid of those yellows, I think. Getting a bit awkward to get a chain going, I think. Go down there, that should be 2 lots. That in it. Nothing more like that. I've got a chain. Obviously the idea is to get as many chains as possible. Put like that. Oh, the water drops are stupid. Let's have a look. There. Computer screen is quite. I wonder why they fall asleep in. I'm not quite sure why that happens. Seems they got bored. Oh, they woke up now. So you gotta delete. You gotta sort of cause some of them to disappear with the side of the sleeping ones, and the sleeping ones wake up. Interesting. Didn't know you had that tactic as well. That's maybe some of the computer did. Oh, that's not good. Oh no, that's not good. Forcing them down. That should cause a bit of a chain. I really need to sort of sort that out. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die in a minute, I think. Oh, I need can't stop dropping them now, that's the problem. Oh no, this is terrible. Come on, go up. Oh, I can't go up. Please block me. Uh-oh. Ah, dead. I can't believe we lost that. He only had a small tiny bit left as well. So that's ADK's Zin trick. Quite an interesting little puzzle game. Like I said, it's a little bit bare bones, but I suppose you just want to play the puzzle game, so it doesn't really matter. It seems quite a cool little game. I think I'll play it a little bit more. So let's go on to the next game then. Right, and guys, this is Overtop. This is a top-down rally game, basically. It's pretty much sort of a sequel to Neo Drift Out. Pretty much a very similar look. Same way of playing everything. Only problem with the CD version of this game is, let's have a look what we got. Course, map time, sound, car select, MVS. Okay, data load. There's a lot of loading. I mean, a lot of loading. It literally, you do a section of track and it loads again, which, if you were playing this on the original NeoGeo CD, must be pretty hideous to play, because it's pretty hideous to play on here. You get a section of cars which are all like rendered. Probably where all the memories go in, where they're using the car. So let's use a car that pretty much, use a purple one. You wouldn't expect to be a rally car. Yeah, it's just probably where all the memory has gone to keep that rendered car, so they've got to keep loading the track, which is massively off-putting if you're playing this on CD. The fact I probably wouldn't recommend it, even though it does seem a pretty cool game. I do quite like these top-down sort of racers, or, you know, three-quarter view, or whatever you want to call them. It does have some pretty horrendous music on the first stage. God, this car's fast. Almost Ridge Racer-esque. I'll see what I mean now with the road. You get to a checkpoint, and time extends you, and then it loads in. And it's not a particularly fast load either. Even on the double speed. It's a shame it does that. God, that car. But interesting. Lots of shortcuts like Neo Drift Out then as well. The Neo Drift Out had a fair amount of shortcuts. Ah, back on the road. But apart from the loading, this game actually seems pretty good. But the loading's a bit of a killer. So I'm not sure whether this was, I don't know whether it was official release, it probably was. Because they did convert some games from MVS to the NeoGeo CD, but don't particularly work that well, most of them. Because the CD machine itself didn't actually have all the games, they stopped making games after a while. NeoGeo CD is very handy though if you don't own a AES, mind. I used to own AES years ago, but they're just way too expensive. They're basically, you know, they're awesome to own, but way too expensive now. I just couldn't be up paying £1,000, you know, thousands of pounds for games. That seems crazy. Also, if you still got your collection, mind, if you collected them back in the day, I actually picked them up when NeoGeos were going cheap. You can't fault that. This loading is definitely a game killer. I think this car's the best for off-road, to be honest. It's a bit slow. I have to try this on my MVS. Would be quite cool on the MVS. One car. Sure you can do better than that. Car's rubbish. Yep. Lesson to self. Don't pick the sports car. Bad idea for a ride again. He's just about making it. Back to another load. Definitely quite off-putting, these loads. Very off-putting, to be honest. But music's pretty decent on this, apart from the first track. It's pretty terrible. Look around there. I'm up. How far did I get? Oh, I got quite far, almost coming back round. Anyway guys, that's Overtop. Say on MVS this is probably a fun game, but on CD with those loading, not so good. But apart from that, it does seem a fun game. I'll just have to play on the MVS, not the actual NeoGeo CD. So I think we're on to the last game now, which is Twinkle Star Sprites. So right then, this is the last game in my ADK games history, part 2. This is Twinkle Star Sprites. This is the last game they've released on the NeoGeo. This is a pretty good one as well. It's pretty much a mix between a shoot 'em up and a puzzle game. It's 2-player. It's really good fun. And it was converted to a lot of stuff. Come out the PS2. I'm not sure if I think you can get it on the PS4 and the Xbox and stuff now as well, and various other computers. But basically, you've got a story mode, you've got a character mode, and you've got a versus battle mode. So we'll go for the story mode. I probably should have gone versus mode, but basically you get to go around the map. You get a little story of the characters and stuff, and then you just fight your way around the map. Basically, I like the little girl sweeping. She's pretty cool. Unfortunately, this is the Japanese one. You can't read the story anyway, so nothing matters. Like, but basically, you got your little character on the broom. They're flying up the screen. You've got a smart bomb. You basically got to try and destroy the enemies. While I'm destroying enemies, they're getting chucked on the other screen, as in bullets, as you see. Then, the more enemies you destroy at once, the bigger the bullets, and you can trigger things like bosses and stuff like that as well. You can power up and do power shots, which will wipe a lot of them out in one go, including some of the enemy bullets. And the aim of the game is basically to knock your enemy out, knock their energy bar down, basically get them off the board and win. So you do that by pretty much shooting everything you can down the screen and sending it to the other side of the screen. Oh, that was a close one. Like I said, you do have a smart bomb, which I'll show you in a minute. Different characters have different weapons. Oh, I'll use the smart bomb there now. Different characters have different weapons. I've been it now, so I'm going very, very slow. This is a super fun game in 2-player. Really good fun in 2-player, actually. There is like there's a brand new game that's just come out. I think it's called Rival Meg again. Pretty much this game, to be honest, and it's been released on a lot of new platforms, on Steam, PC. I'm pretty sure it's on the Xbox and the PlayStation as well, which is supposed to be very good, but it's pretty much a copy of this game. Ooh. Oh, I sent a load of bullets over to the screen that side. So I win that match. Yeah, it's a really interesting mix of 2 genres, this game is. The shoot 'em up bits are fun, and the puzzle bits are fun. You know, it's pretty cool that they mix the two together. I say in 2 players, you get 2 people who are really good at this as well, especially 2 people who are really good at shmups. Your matches can last a long time, and there's all sort of craziness that goes on in this game. That's round 2. Now I'm fighting Heavy Tomato, or whatever it is. This game has got some pretty nice fun music and really sort of colourful graphics. Very expensive game on the NeoGeo, now this is. Very expensive indeed. Actually, it's quite expensive on CD as well. There's a very nice PS2 collection of this game. Ooh, I got it then. Oh, I got fried. You got to time it right as well. There's some enemies that charge shots will kill them in one go. You can like start chains off and stuff. It didn't work too well and I just got, oh, no shake. Oh damn, I've gone really slow. Really slow. Yeah, you can start chains of enemies off if you know what you're doing. I'm going to use a smart bomb there. See if I can kill these things, which I can't. I said the more chains and the bigger the things and the explosions got, the more bullets to fly over to the other side of the screen. Hey, surprised I won that actually because I got it quite a few times. The cute little characters as well is cool. I say in this world map you basically just work your way around in little story modes and but they're like the arcade mode is quite cool. Yeah. That's what's good about the ADK games on the NeoGeo. They did some really cool stuff. So they must have done that well that eventually they basically became part of SNK. I haven't actually played that rifle mega gun yet. I've seen videos of it playing and stuff, and it's pretty much this game. I might have a go over it on Steam or something. It might be fun as well, actually, like a modern version of this. Oh, I got killed then big time. Oh, come on. I said loads of bullets to the other side of the screen then. Oh my god, this load's coming. Oh, they've triggered the boss attack. I triggered the boss attack on the other side then. She got me. It's definitely a game you can have quite a bit of fun with. This is. Oh. You can trigger a load of bullets coming. Oh, I bounce those bullets back in by getting kills. Ooh, that's a lot of bullets. Well, that character's definitely going for it, trying to kill me. Oh god, I'm really slow. Oh, no, I can use a bomb. Send some bullets back then by blowing them up. Ooh. KO chance. Perfect. Ah, I got KO'd. I've lost 2. Once I finish this mode, I'll show you the sort of arcade mode. Oh, that's a lot of enemies with shields. I think by using a shield, it doesn't. Ooh, damn it! Dead. See, this game's it's good against a computer, but I suppose 2 players where it's really at with this game. So I'm not going to continue. I'll cancel that out. Thank you, Leo. I don't want to save it. We'll start it up. We'll go to the character mode, which is pretty much the arcade mode. So you get a choice of characters, all with the different types of weapons and shot. And you can pick any of these. I quite like the hairy tomatoes. At least I think they're tomatoes. Ever seen a film called Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes? It looks like the 30 tomato out of that. That is a cheesy B movie, but it's funny. Sweepy sweep. Yeah, so this works like a regular arcade mode. You work your way around your map, fighting all the different characters to try and win. Quite like this tomato. It's a little bit slow, but it's got good firing. So we'll see how far I can get. Got a pretty good charge attack as well. It's like a lightning attack. Ooh, dodge. Hey, perfect. There's definitely a trick into sort of blowing the enemies up, just to get different attacks. I was lucky. Didn't think I'd be able to hit that then. Yeah, KO'd. I win. This would have been a nice fun game to have on the AES when it came out. Unfortunately, I'd sold my AES by then and I was into NeoGeo CD. Ooh. That worked quite well. Make sure I triggered that water attack then. Yeah. Oh, I triggered the boss attack. That's just cool when you trigger the boss attack against the opposite player. The bosses are hard to defeat as well. Oh, I triggered another one. That was handy. Give the NeoGeo that. There are quite a lot of interesting two-player games that weren't beat 'em ups. Like I always liked League Bowling. That was also a fun game. I remember buying it on AES when it first came out, and I remember having it for a while. But on your own, it does get a little bit boring after a while. But two-player League Bowling is really good fun. And you got the Baseball Stars games. I'm not into sports games at all, but I have to say some of the sports games they made on the NeoGeo are really good. I generally just don't like sports games. I don't mind golf games though, which is a bit weird. Oh, this is not looking good. Just use bomb, I think. Ooh, surprised I dodged that then. Nice amount of bullets on that side of the screen then. Ooh, dodge, dodge, dodge. That was lucky. Hey, I win. Cool looking sort of ice level going on now. Music's quite cool, this game as well. Really jolly. Ooh, that was close. That's a nice attack that will go on the other side. Oh, it got me. Penguins. Ooh. That got really slow. Oh, did I get KO'd? I think I did. A second chance. Oh damn, I got it by a really easy bullet then as well. Oh, there's loads going on the other screen. And go with a scarf. Oh, I got trapped in the corner, that'll teach me. Oh. Close. Oh no. Oh, big bird thing killed me. It was a good battle, but I lost. Right then guys, so that's pretty much all the games that ADK did, or Alpha Denshi Corporation. They made some really cool games. They made a few not so good games, but I do like a lot of the games in the system, and like say being Magician Lord being one of my favourite games on the NeoGeo. I know it's not the best game in the world, but I do love that game, and that's made by them. They made some good beat 'em ups, they made some good shoot 'em ups, and they made some really colourful games. So you can't fault ADK, they're a really good developer, I think. They did some of my favourite games on the NeoGeo, and some of, maybe not my favourites, but some of the most fun games, like Blues Journey, which I did in the previous video. That's a really cool, fun game, it's a good, fun platform game. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. I know it's been a long time coming for the end of this ADK video series. I know it's in 2 parts, but I'm checking this up for the 5th anniversary of the NeoGeo thread on the Atariage forums, which I'll put a link in the description, and I'll also put a link in the description to the first video in this series. So, hope you enjoyed it, guys, and go and visit the NeoGeo forum and sign up on Atariage, and there's some interesting information, news, and some funny comments over there. So it's worth a look. So, I'll see you soon, guys. Bye now.